Hey everybody, this is Carla, and I'm back with another encouraging word. Do you have the faith to believe? Luke 1:37. I have 3 translations because they all say it just a little bit different. The New Living Translation, for the word of God will never fail. And then the Passion Translation, Luke 1:37. Not one promise from God is empty of power. Nothing is impossible with God. And then the Amplified Version, for with God, nothing is or ever shall be impossible. What promises has the Father given you? Have you had dreams and visions of something yet to come? Have you heard a still small voice speaking to your heart about the things He's going to do in your life? God speaks to each of us in so many different ways. The deeper of a relationship I have with God, the clearer His voice becomes to me. I'm a person of great faith in the Lord. People that know me know my faith is so strong. Like, when the Lord tells me something, I know, okay? It's going to happen. I don't know when. I don't know how. I don't have to. I just have to trust Him. There's this supernatural faith that He has placed down inside of me that I don't understand, but I'm grateful for it. My faith is so radical that people have laughed at me, they've mocked me, they've made fun of me, but you know what? That hasn't deterred my faith in the Lord, because every time that I start to doubt, He reminds me of some way that He has fulfilled a word to me before. And I quickly realized that the doubt comes from the devil, because he's been doing that since the days of the Garden of Eden, when he created doubt in Eve's heart. So let me ask you a few questions. Do you have the faith to believe in what God has shown you or spoken to you? Or are you going to give up before that comes true? Do you thank Him in advance for those promises? Do you write them down so that when you doubt, and you will, enough time will pass that you'll say, man, this is never going to happen. You're going to doubt it. But when you write them down, then you're able to remind yourself of what He has spoken to you and not what the devil is trying to put in your head. Isaiah 62:6-7 tells us to remind God of His promises, explaining to us that we need to be persistent in prayer until He fulfills them all. It doesn't say to fulfill one of them, to fulfill them all, okay? I write my promises down in a journal. And there are days that I hear and I'm like, man, did I hear that from the Lord, or am I making that up? Am I sure I heard that? And I go back and I read exactly what I wrote down, and I think, well, there's no way I could make that up. That didn't come from me. Those words did not come from me. So I know that is from the Lord. You know, and when I do that, when I remind myself of His promises, I'm also reminding myself of all the times He's been faithful and true to His word. I love the way the NLT version of today's verse says, for the word of God will never fail. He hasn't failed me yet, and I've got the faith to believe that He never will. Listen, let me tell you a little bit about some things that happened to me. So when I went to jail, the powers that be, the authority, those in authority said, you're going to go to prison. No ifs, ands, or buts. We're going to make an example of you. Well, I'm not in prison, okay? Then I was told, well, you know, it won't matter if you pay your restitution off early. You're still not going to get off probation. And besides, you owe too much money. You'll never be able to pay that off early. You'll barely be able to pay it off on time. Well, the Lord made a way for me to pay it off early. And then, all of a sudden, the powers that be let me off probation early. After everybody, for years, for 4 years, they told me that was not going to happen. It was impossible. The state of Florida was never going to let that happen. Well, guess what? I'm not in prison. I'm off probation. My restitution was paid early. But you know why? Because the Lord had already told me all those things. And I stood on that promise from Him. I stood on that, and I kept telling people, I'm like, no, you don't understand. The Lord told me, and it's going to happen. The Lord said this, and that's what's going to happen. People laughed at me. I'm telling you, they're like, Carla, you don't understand. It doesn't work like that. But the Lord said. And if the Lord said it, then it's true. Okay? People laughed at me when I finally confided in someone and told them, listen, the Lord told me I'm going to marry this man. They laughed at me and they're like, he doesn't even know who you are. How are you going to marry him? I said, I don't know. I don't know. I said, I don't even know if I like him. You know, I don't know if he likes me. But I know what the Lord told me. He showed me the wedding. He showed me where it was. He showed me different pictures from the wedding. I saw all kinds of things. He gave me different dreams and visions. Well, guess what? That day happened just like those dreams and visions. I mean, it was something else. It could not have gone more perfect. And then at the end of that day, when we stood on the balcony of our condo that was upgraded to a penthouse, come on somebody, there is a rainbow. His promise is true. Listen, somebody needs to know today. Don't give up on God. He never gave up on you. If He gave you a promise, I don't care if it takes 25 years like Abraham and Sarah, it's going to come true. Okay? God is not a man that He should lie. He cannot lie to you. He tells you the truth. Don't give up. Don't quit now. Don't stop believing in the Lord. His word says that it is truth. Okay? So don't stop having faith to believe in the Lord. In fact, go back and remember the times that you did have faith and He came through for you. I don't care if He provided a box of food for you. There's a blessing. Okay? You woke up today. There's a blessing. How many other blessings has He given you along the way? Did your gas stretch a little further? Did you make it on $3 or 30 cents or however much you had in your checking account till you got paid again? I did. Have you had somebody pay a bill for you? I have. Has somebody else done something for you? We've all had blessings. The Lord takes care of His children. And if He gave you a promise, it's going to happen. So let me encourage you today to be encouraged, to bless others, to hold on to your hope. Believe in God's promises, okay? If you don't believe in His promises, they're never going to happen. If you give up and you quit believing, they won't happen. But if you believe, eventually they're going to happen. Trust in the Lord always.